Hello. Today we're going to talk about the final entry in the development of Smoking Worm monograph Volume 2, Number 1, Krampus Comes to Kosboderham, production and design. So here is kind of a timeline, starting with rough mock-ups and moving down the line. Let's kind of look at these really quick and we'll talk about them. So this is the first rough mock-up. There's no printing on the outside, just making sure that everything fit. I have rough, black and white, light cardstock mock-ups of everything in this, right? And so this is a mock-up of the booklet itself. These are mock-ups of the cards. These are not final versions. These are just good quality inkjet prints, so I can get to see how layout is working, how do things look in general, so on and so forth. You'll notice that we have these big titles on the back here and everything, and those are going to disappear in the next iteration. So there are little lines on the edges here. These are cut lines to see how close I'm cutting to where I expect to be cutting, and they allowed me to tune that in with the manual die cutter. So that's the original mock-up. And everything fits, excuse me, but it's awkward, right? The cards aren't contained and stuff like that. Here's the next mock-up. This is an actual final printed risographic edition of the booklet. We have fully printed cards. These are the final versions of these. And you can see that we've moved the titles off the fronts or off the backs, and we've moved them to the top, moved the same creature in red in the back, and then put all the text there and stuff. And so this is the final version of that. We've solved the problems with the cards that we were having and stuff, and gotten everything lined up well. There's no printing on the inside, and this is a light cardstock cover. This is just what I use for my kind of operating cardstock when I'm doing alignments and everything. So this was at a first alignment. You can see that we got the title down the spine well. Things are looking good. And the bleed offs and everything are cutting correctly and stuff like that. So that is mock-up 2, or production line number 2. And again, no folder or anything for those cards. Things are in there loose, and they're not going to go anywhere, but they could slip out or something, and that's a problem that we identified. So that leads us to near complete mock-up. Again, now we're on the actual cardstock that we're going to use. Again, a risographic cover. We now have the cards in a sleeve. You can see that we're printing on the inside and the outside. This is not going to change at this point. Really, it's just the sleeve. So the sleeve carefully fits all the cards side by side. They fit nicely. It's hard to see them. There you go. But what it does is it keeps them contained. It's a white sleeve. This is just an A8 envelope that I've sliced the top off of, so it fits well. And everything. And this works pretty good. This, if you turn the sleeve opening to the inside, nothing's going to get out during shipment or movement or carrying. Everything looks good. So that's that. This is the final version. This is what's actually shipping to backers. So same type of setup, same cardstock on the outside. This is Cordwain 100-pound cardstock. It's like 270 GSM. Again, the same risographic booklet, and here we have this is an Astro Bright Red A8 envelope that we've modified, and then here is our final folio cover, is what we're calling this. And so the folio cover works really well. The sleeve keeps everything nicely organized. You just have to be careful how you load them. And then this booklet's unchanged at this point. You can just bring out the nice stacks of cards. You've got your various adversary cards and everything here printed in the final form that they're going to be printed in. They fit nice and neat along the edge. And then you have your counter card here, which allows you to track time. And then you have all of your sensory cue cards, of which there are many. And then this just sits nicely in there. Just push it all the way in. And these sit tight against each other. That's important, because it allows you to just squeeze in that last one, and then that's filled. So then what we can do is, if we just turn that to face this way, again, this spine will prevent anything from coming out during movement or, carrying. And you have everything nicely organized. And that is the final version. So this has been a long process. It's taken me almost a year to work through all the various details of this, but we've come to the end. And these are shipping now, which is great. I can't wait to get them in the hands of people so they can actually use them. I like this folio cover so much. We're going to go back. The plan is to go back and do folio covers for Smoking Worm Monograph 1 and 2, Volume 1-1 and Volume 1-2. So they match, and they have the nicely printed spine. So these will then sit on a bookshelf, and you'll be able to see them nicely. And that's it. Smoking Worm Monograph 2.1, Krampus Comes to Kosboderham, is finished and shipping to Kickstarter backers right now.